NATO ships and aircraft are heading home. After 7 months of operations at sea and in the air, NATO has decided to end its mission for Libya. The alliance's job to protect civilians from the threat of attack is done. On a historic visit to Tripoli, NATO Secretary-General Anders Fogh Rasmussen said he was proud of the part the alliance played.
When the United Nations took the historic decision to protect you, NATO answered the call. More than 8,000 servicemen and women took part in our mission for Libya. We were effective, flexible and precise.
The Secretary-General praised Libyans for their courage, determination and sacrifice. The head of the National Transitional Council, Mustafa Abdul Jalil, thanked NATO for its support. NATO's operations were successful. The strikes were so accurate, civilians were not harmed. The people of Tripoli can testify to this. The recent scenes of celebration on the streets of Tripoli are confirmation to the alliance that its swift and decisive action under the UN mandate has paid off. The commander of Operation Unified Protector says it's been a success story for NATO and the Libyan people.
To see the Libyans celebrate in the street their freedom is certainly most rewarding as we set up this mission to protect civilians, to enforce an embargo and enforce a no-fly zone. And ultimately, this created an environment for the people of Libya to decide their own future.
Protecting civilians meant diminishing the regime's military capability. NATO jets flew some 26,000 sorties, including more than 9,600 strike missions. But as the commander points out, it was the Libyan rebels on the ground who toppled the regime.
Having no NATO boots on the ground meant that the solution to this problem had to be taken by the people of Libya themselves. So I believe at the end of the day, 7 months is a relatively short period of time to watch a force organize themselves from a disorganized group to a group that was able to defeat the regime.
Before starting the operation, the alliance was keen to ensure the broadest possible support for the mission. It brought together NATO countries as well as partners, including several Arab states.
The willing and the able found together very quickly and demonstrated that they were able to act, and it worked well that the willing and the able, who also could have acted alone, UK, France, US, that they took it into NATO, because this is a sign, also particularly with regard to lacking money, that in today's times probably NATO is the enabler to enable countries to use or to execute military operations they probably are not able to do alone anymore or willing to do anymore.
Despite concerns of being dragged into a prolonged conflict in times of economic austerity, the alliance came together faster than ever. I believe that the alliance showed its responsiveness and its adaptability. It managed to adapt very quickly to the operational context, from the launch of the operation to its actual conduct. For General Bouchard, the cooperative way in which the mission was conducted bodes well for the future of the alliance.
As for the future of NATO, I think this mission proved that we can actually rapidly mount an operation, bring nations together, bring assets together, people together, give them a common objective, and successfully meet those objectives.
I'm Mike Mühlberger reporting for the NATO channel.